Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest beat coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dope. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Sirr of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And today we got a special guest in-house at the 2020 studios, as I like to call it. We got Chef Rod in the building. What's good, bro?
What's up?
Hey, brother.
Happy to be here.
So first off, before we even get started, I want to say thank you for taking time out your day, because I know you got a busy schedule.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year. It's the holidays, so I'm pretty sure things are moving in the background. But you found a way to take time for this interview, so thank you, bro.
Definitely. Why would I not?
Hey, so let's hop into it. So Chef Rod, so the number one question is going to be this. How long have you been refining your craft of being a chef?
I've been cooking for half of my life, so for 15 years.
All right.
So y'all can do the math on how old
I like that. I like that. So one of the key things we like to discuss is inspiration. It's a great way to refocus or realign things when things change. So what were one of the founding things that inspired you to become a chef?
Honestly, chef-wise, it would have to be Gordon Ramsay, it had to be Emeril Lagasse, and it had to be Anthony Bourdain. Ooh. But just in life, it'll be my father, because he always told me if I'm doing something, I need to be the best at it and do the best that I can do and be happy with what I do. If you're not happy with your work, that means you didn't try hard enough.
I heard
so that was a big inspiration for it. That's anything in life.
All right, okay. Now, with being a chef, it's a little bit of finding yourself and finding your own style. Were, besides family, were there any other cultural influences that kind of shapes the way you cook? You know what? Well, as you can attest to this, here in Mobile and surrounding areas, we had an international food festival. So you go down to the Civic Center and you can have Indonesian food, you can have African food, you can have Belize food, and just try different things. And that really fascinated me because we're so used to the basics growing up. So we're actually able to see other cultures and how they interact with food and other people and how willing they are to share what they know with you. And that was very, very refreshing. Yeah, and I can agree that understanding culture, I feel like food is the number one way to do so. If you're able to observe and understand, because you got to eat.
You have to eat.
So if you can understand someone's cooking methods, whether it be their food, the way they cook it, or how it's seasoned, you can kind of understand the culture a little bit more.
You definitely can.
All right, so this is going to lead me to one of my entrepreneurial questions. Okay, 2020 was kind of a shift for everybody.
It definitely was.
So in what ways were you affected as an entrepreneur?
All right, so this was the biggest thing. In 2020, I probably lost about $68,000 to $75,000 in wedding catering, because you can have people in big enough venues to have wedding catering.
Oh man!
So that was a large part of my annual income, was catering weddings. The shift I made when I started back hustling again, like when I first started, I did meal preps.
Okay.
Now, meal preps, you're not gonna make a lot of money from each customer, but if you have 5 to 10 and you do it on a consistent basis, you could earn money. And the best thing about meal prepping, I actually save money that way too, because I don't have to pay for food anymore. I can just eat the meal preps. So you earn money and you save money. It still didn't equate to all the money I lost out on, but it was helpful. Then what I did, I started doing more celebrity caterings too. Because when you cook for like celebrities, all their fans and following, they want to hire you now. It's like a lot of times I go to somebody's house and cook, and people are like, who is that? Who is that? That's Chef Rod. Oh, he cooked for Jeezy. Oh, it's like a calling card to your craft, and people, you know what I'm saying, respond to that. So that was the biggest change in 2020, going from big caterings to smaller ones, but making it work and making it fit my lifestyle and things like that.
From what I heard, adaptability is what I understand. Being able to maneuver still and not give up. So kudos to you on recognizing that.
Because a lot of restaurants closed.
Yes.
A lot of them. A lot of them that didn't close still aren't able to bounce back, and still they just on that teetering edge, like, and it's a scary thing. But when you do personal catering, the customer pays for everything. So you don't really have no overhead. So it's a different mind frame of what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to lead me to my next question, because for every, situation where you have to adapt, there are situations where you don't have that much control. At any point in time, over the last 15 years, did you ever feel that you wouldn't be successful?
Of course.
And if so, who or what changed your mind?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Time will prove you right, or time will prove you wrong. So you could cry about something today, and then about something sad today, and cry about something happy tomorrow, and it'll be in the same instance. Like, you'll get some people that want to get catering from you, and they wanted this big, huge thing, and then they canceled on you last minute. The next day, somebody call you and want to book that exact date. It happens. So time heals all wounds. That is true. But you have to be steadfast in your craft, and you have to always just worry about bettering yourself at your craft, being respectful to people, being responsive to your clients, just honoring everybody, whether it's a celebrity or Joe Smo up the street. Joe Smo up the street maybe gonna hire you way more than celebrities.
That's true.
So you have to be real, and you have to be yourself. So I would say I was raised up to be very humble. I had a very humble upbringing. I didn't understand my true potential till after I got out of the house. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was raised up in the house knowing what they could do. I didn't realize that till after I was already grown. So I know how I feel like to not have shit, not I don't want to get too deep on it. I just know how that feels, and money don't change that. It's your perception of success that changed that. You got to be happy with yourself. You got to find a medium to be happy with yourself, and that shit'll keep you going.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Let's talk about what keeps you going. So far, has there been a moment where you're like, you know what, everything came together like I wanted it. This is why I do it. Have you had that one moment where it was like just everything fell together perfectly?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of those moments, and not to be braggadocious. I have a lot of those moments because I plan so deep. And I stick to the plan. And as long as I do the best that I can do, I'm happy with the results. I did a lot of events in the city of Mobile and lost hella money. That night, I felt horrible. You know what I'm saying? The next day, I feel good because it was nothing else I could do.
Right.
It was nothing else I could do. So I just be happy about those days. We have days where we make a lot of money. Some days, not so much, but you got to learn how to save. So I wouldn't say it's a one thing. It's an overall winning process that makes me happy, because it's never going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, ebb and flow is what I
a lot of
feel.
ebbs and flows, man. Yep.
Deep. Okay. So this is one of my favorite questions, because you say you plan so deep. I feel like this will fall in line with what you said.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see yourself as a chef, as a person, as an entrepreneur in 1 year, 3 years, and then in 10 years?
All right, so my 1 year goal, it's a tough question because I have accomplished and God is so good. I accomplished so much with being a chef. I'm just making up shit to do. Like, I just put out a book. Like, whoever thought I'd be an author, you know what I'm saying? So I have to go follow up that book. I know that's in the next year. I want to put out my own line of like chef wear. I have so many inventions. I just don't even want to say it on camera because I don't want anybody to bite the idea. Right. So really, my 1 year goal is to make a lot of more money. So in 3 years, I can actually patent all my inventions. In 10 years, I want to sell them. I want to sell them. I'm not leaving up to my son to be the greatest CEO of the company.
Right.
Dude, you can just have the money when I die. I'm just being real.
I understand that.
In 10 years, I want to sell all the inventions and the rights to them and just take the money, bring it home, and do something else to help people.
Hey man, build a legacy. I love it, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so this actually brings me to my last question, and this is my favorite one because I dedicate it to everybody that's listening or watching or both. The hardest thing to do is take an idea that you have and run with it. It's the scariest even.
Super.
What's the words of encouragement you have for somebody who has that idea but they're afraid to act on it?
Okay, so this is a big one. This is tough. You want to talk to somebody that has succeeded in that field, but you gotta weed out the people that's gonna A, take your idea, 2, not really gonna help you, and 3, just gonna dismiss it. Because a lot of times, a hater could be in your bedroom. You could be telling somebody about it. Oh, I don't like that. And you're like, damn, why you don't like that? Because this and this. And then now, you don't want to do that idea no more. That was $1 billion idea. You let somebody who having a bad day made you not lose out. You lost out on $1 billion.
I understand.
So it's good to keep it in, but at the same time, you have to find somebody that has succeeded at whatever level you're trying to go to, or did something like that, that's willing to listen to you and not bite your idea. So a lot of contracts, a lot of NDAs. You want to do shit like that, like you said, you got your shit LLC. You want to protect your ideas, but you got to go steadfast. You want to talk to somebody who did that shit before. You don't want to bump. You don't want to keep bumping your head and bumping your head. You want to say, hey, somebody just told me, don't go there, do this, and then follow that plan. If they already bump your head, why you gonna go bump your head? That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy.
A wise person learns from the mistakes of others.
Right.
I understand.
Because at that point, you just gonna be wasting time and wasting money when you could have just bust a right. You doing all this shit, and it was right there the whole time.
That's true. That's true. Well, Chef, my last bit is this. Before we close out, if anybody wanted to get in contact with you, what's the best method to reach you? Whether it be social media. Only thing I don't allow is phone numbers because niggas is weird.
Yeah, niggas definitely weird. Okay, so website, chefrodsmith.com. Super easy. My IG is Chef Rod Music. My Facebook is Roderick L. Smith Jr. or Flawless Catering. So I got 2.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest beat coming through, dropping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay solid just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock